Hello and welcome back to the channel. So June is going to be a very different style for uploading because as you can tell by the title, I'm once again delving into the 30-day movie challenge. Why? Well, because 2 years ago I'd done, the 31-day movie challenge with the 31st day being done by AJ over at AJ's Movie Place because I started it late and so it ended late. So it wasn't really a full, 31 days from start to finish. But it was, still 31 days of uploads that started middle of July and ended beginning of August. Or at least the first week of August. Now, when I posted those videos of the 30-day movie challenge, those were bonus uploads that were no more than like less than 2 minutes, very on the rare occasion, 3 minutes. And so I was thinking about that, that I didn't really, properly explain my thoughts and opinions on those. So I went looking for a different version of the 30-day movie challenge. And so then I was like, okay, that is what I'll be posting for the entirety of June. So there'll be no movie reviews, no TV show reviews, or all discussion based videos centered around, of course, the 30-day movie challenge. So, day one is going to be a movie that reminds me of my childhood. And this one I had to think about a lot because there's a lot of different movies that I could have said. The first one that sprang to mind was Thomas and the Magic Railroad because I was the biggest Thomas the Tank Engine fan as a kid. I mean, look at me, I'm autistic. It's a no-brainer that I was into Thomas. And I remember watching that movie quite a bit. How I even still play it in the background to help me sleep if I'm struggling to sleep because I can always guarantee that it knocks me the fuck out by the 20 to 30 minute mark. And then I was also thinking about, the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger film, because again, I have memories of being in the apartment, the very first place me and my mother had moved to after moving out from my grandparents. And I remember I have memories of watching that movie. The same with, the live action George of the Jungle film with Brendan Fraser. So there's a lot of movies that I could have picked, but in the end, I think I settled on this one. Now I don't have it on DVD or Blu-ray. I do own it on VHS, and that is the very first Pokemon movie. So why did I pick Pokemon the movie Mewtwo Strikes Back? And the simple answer is because again, it holds quite a bit of memories for me. I obviously loved it and I would watch it quite a bit with my cousin who wasn't as big into power as Pokemon as I was, but he still loved it. He loved this movie. He loved watching the anime as I did. We both got into Pokemon because our older cousin was into Pokemon because she was born at the right age for that. She was there when Pokemania took over. I was just born, so I was in the early 2000s when I started to get into it, and I remember watching the first movie on repeat. Watching the animated short that they released, Pikachu's Vacation, absolutely loving it because again, that's all. It was also, this was just prior to Gen 2 coming out, so they showed off a few Gen 2 Pokemon. But the whole movie itself is an absolute masterclass of a movie. As dealing with cloning and the clones thinking that they're the more superior one. Um, Given the fact that they are clones, because that's how Mewtwo is. He is a clone of Mew. And so they end up all having a battle, and it's a very emotional battle. Ash's Pikachu does not want to fight his clone, so the clone of Pikachu is literally beating the living shit out of him, pimp slapping him a bunch, but he just refuses to fight. And then eventually, Mew and Mewtwo are about to have like a big, massive beam clash. Ash gets in the way, and it kills him. We see Ash die. This is supposed to be a kids movie for fuck's sake. But yeah, Ash dies. We see him turn to stone, and Pikachu rushes over. He tries to electric shock him to life with Thunderbolt. It doesn't work. And then there's that oh, that scene and the music swelling of all the Pokemon clones and all crying at the loss of Ash. Because it starts with Pikachu, and then all the Pokemon are crying, at the loss of Ash, and then that's what brings them back, and then that shows Mewtwo that, and he says one of my favorite quotes. I see now. So I fucking forgot it now, but something he realizes that, it's not who you are, who you're born into. It's what you do with your gift of life. That's what determines who you are. It doesn't matter how you're born or created. It's what you choose to do with your life. That's what matters. That is what is important. And so I have a lot of memories, watching this movie, loving the song that they used, "Brother, My Brother." Hell, I even remember this is something that I don't really mention on the channel as much. I do have a half brother. I have not seen him since he was a year old. But I remember being up with my dad and my half brother's mother, and just chilling in the room that I had up there, with him beside me, watching this movie. It's one of the only memories that I have of my brother. Especially when it came to this song, "Brother, My Brother." I think I even sang it to him. My memory's a bit fuzzy on that one, but it's a core memory of mine that I hold dear to me, which is why I opted to go for, for this being the first one for this list, because there's a lot of memories attached to it. Now, there's still a lot of memories attached to the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger film, and Thomas and the Magic Railroad. But to me, after thinking long and hard about it, I think I have to go with the first Pokemon movie, because, as I said, there's just that memory there, that one of the few memories I have of my brother that outweighs the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger film, or it outweighs Thomas and the Magic Railroad. So that's why I picked the first Pokemon movie. That's why I still love the franchise to this day. Um, I still play it. I may have taken breaks here and there. And for Gen 5, I came back for Gen 6. The second wave of Gen 7 games, and Gen 8, but came back for Gen 9. Stuff like that. I eventually came back to the franchise, and I will always continue to find my way back to this franchise because it means that much to me. So yeah, that is that. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you will come back to see me tomorrow to answer tomorrow's question, which I should have had written down so I could tell you what it is, but you'll just have to come back to find out what it is and what my answer is. So thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I shall see you all tomorrow for a brand new upload.